Welcome to another episode of Current Affairs MCQ. Let us begin with the previous day's question. Consider the following statements regarding the La Nina and El Nino phenomena. 1. La Nina is characterized by the weakening of trade winds, leading to an increase in sea surface temperatures in the central and eastern Pacific. 2. La Nina typically results in colder than normal winters in northern India, particularly in Jammu and Kashmir and Himachal Pradesh. 3. The World Meteorological Organization was established as a UN specialized agency to focus on weather, climate, and hydrological sciences. Which of the above statements is or are correct? A. 1 and 2 only. B. 2 and 3 only. C. 1 and 3 only. D. 2 and 3 only. The correct answer is B. La Nina involves stronger trade winds, not weaker, which push warm water towards the western Pacific, lowering sea surface temperatures in the central and eastern Pacific. Hence, statement 1 is not correct. La Nina brings colder than normal winters to northern India, especially in Jammu Kashmir and Himachal Pradesh. Hence, statement 2 is correct. The WMO is a UN specialized agency focused on weather, climate, and hydrological sciences. Hence, statement 3 is correct. Hence, option B is the correct answer. Question 1. Kyiv, the capital of Ukraine, was recently seen in news due to the largest aerial attack since the war began. Consider the following statements. 1. Kyiv is situated on the banks of the Dnieper River. 2. The Cabinet of Ministers of Ukraine has its headquarters in Kyiv city center. 3. Kyiv shares an international border with Poland. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? A. 1 and 2 only. B. 2 only. C. 1 and 3 only. D. 1, 2 and 3. The correct answer is A. The Dnieper River flows through Kyiv, dividing it into the right bank and left bank. Hence, statement 1 is correct. The headquarters of the Cabinet of Ministers of Ukraine is indeed located in central Kyiv. It was also mentioned as damaged in the latest attack. Hence, statement 2 is correct. Kyiv is located in north-central Ukraine, far from the western border with Poland. Cities like Lviv are closer to the Polish border, not Kyiv. Hence, statement 3 is not correct. Hence, option A is the correct answer. Question 2. Match the following. We have navigation methods and a basis of working. A. Stellar parallax, measuring angular shift of nearby stars relative to background stars. B. Pulsar navigation, using periodic radiation from neutron stars as timing beacons. C. Astrometric navigation, measuring angular separation between stars while accounting for relativistic effects. Select the correct order. A1, B2, C3, B, A2, B1, C3, C, A1, B3, C2, D, A3, B1, C2. The correct answer is A. Stellar parallax measures angular shift of nearby stars against distant background. Pulsar navigation uses periodic radiation from neutron stars as precise timing beacons. Astrometric navigation measures angular separation of stars, factoring in relativistic effects. Hence, the correct answer is A1, B2, C3. Hence, option A is the correct answer. Question 3. Which of the following best describes Parondow's paradox, recently discussed in the context of cancer therapy? A. A paradox in relativity where time appears to run differently for observers in different frames. B. A phenomenon where combining two individually losing strategies may result in a winning outcome. C. A mathematical rule that guarantees stability of Nash equilibria in repeated games. D. A principle of quantum physics where observation alters the outcome of a system. The correct answer is D. Parondow's paradox comes from physics and game theory. It shows that two strategies, each losing on their own, can produce a winning outcome if alternated in the right sequence. Application in cancer therapy. Recent simulations demonstrated that alternating between maximum tolerated dose and low-dose metronomic chemotherapy schedules, though weak individually, can together delay resistance and preserve healthy cells longer. Hence, option B is the correct answer. Question 4. Which of the following lie to the south of the Great Nicobar Island? 1. Indira Point. 2. Malacca Strait. 3. Aceh, Sumatra, Indonesia. Select the correct answer using the code given below. A. 1 only. B. 1 and 2 only. C. 1 and 3 only. D. 2 and 3 only. The correct answer is C. Indira Point is the southernmost tip of Great Nicobar Island, hence it lies to the south of the island itself. Malacca Strait lies to the east of Great Nicobar, between Sumatra and the Malay Peninsula, not to its south. Aceh, Sumatra, Indonesia, is situated south-southwest of Great Nicobar, across the Indian Ocean. Hence, option C is the correct answer. Question 5. Arrange the following states in descending order of total fertility rate as per SRS 2023. 1. Bihar. 2. Madhya Pradesh. 3. Rajasthan. 4. Delhi. Options: A. 1, 3, 2, 4. B. 1, 2, 3, 4. C. 2, 1, 3, 4. D. 3, 1, 2, 4. The correct answer is B. As per SRS Statistical Report 2023, Bihar has the highest TFR at about 2.8, while Delhi has the lowest at about 1.2. Madhya Pradesh 2.3 and Rajasthan 2.2 are above replacement but below Bihar. Bihar 2.8 is greater than Madhya Pradesh 2.3, which is greater than Rajasthan 2.2, and it's greater than Delhi 1.2. Hence, option B is the correct answer. Question 6. Consider the following. 1. Coal mining. 2. Insurance sector. 3. Railway infrastructure other than operations. 4. Defense manufacturing. Which of the above sectors in India are placed under the automatic route for 100% FDI? A. 1 and 3 only. B. 1, 2 and 4 only. C. 2 and 3 only. D. 1, 3 and 4 only. The correct answer is A. Coal mining 100% automatic. Insurance 74% automatic, beyond that government route. Railway infrastructure 100% automatic. Defense 74% automatic, beyond that government approval. Hence, option A is the correct answer. Question 7. Consider the following statements regarding the Shanghai Cooperation Organization. 1. India is a founding member state of the SCO. 2. The SCO Secretariat is located in Shanghai, China. 3. The supreme decision-making body of the SCO is the Council of Heads of States. How many of the statements given above is or are not correct? A. Only 1. B. Only 2. C. All 3. D. None. The correct answer is B. The Shanghai Cooperation Organization is a permanent intergovernmental body established in 2001 in Shanghai by China, Russia, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, and Uzbekistan, succeeding the Shanghai 5 mechanism. Hence, statement 1 is not correct. India and Pakistan joined as full members in 2017, followed by Iran in 2023 and Belarus in 2024. The SCO has two permanent bodies, the SCO Secretariat, located in Beijing, China, and the Executive Committee of the SCO Regional Anti-Terrorist Structure based in Tashkent, Uzbekistan. Hence, statement 2 is not correct. SCO's supreme decision-making body is the Council of Heads of State, which meets annually on a rotational basis in the country, chairing the SCO. India hosted the 23rd Summit of CHS in 2023. Hence, statement 3 is correct. Hence, option B is the correct answer. Question 8. Consider the following statements. Statement 1. Carbon markets allow trading of carbon credits, where one credit represents 1 ton of reduced, avoided, or sequestered CO2 or GHG emissions. Statement 2. Companies and countries purchase these credits to offset emissions, which promotes transparency, accountability, and funding for sustainable projects. Which one of the following is correct? A. Both statement 1 and statement 2 are correct, and statement 2 explains statement 1. B. Both statement 1 and statement 2 are correct, but statement 2 does not explain statement 1. C. Statement 1 is correct, statement 2 is not correct. D. Statement 1 is not correct, but statement 2 is correct. The correct answer is B. Carbon markets allow trading of carbon credits, where one credit represents 1 ton of reduced, avoided, or sequestered CO2 or GHG emissions. Hence, statement 1 is correct. These credits are purchased by companies or countries to offset their emissions, promoting transparency, accountability, and funding for sustainable projects while enabling international cooperation in emission reductions. Hence, statement 2 is correct. While the two statements are related, statement 2 builds upon statement 1 rather than explaining it. Hence, option B is the correct answer. Question 9. Consider the following pairs. We have exercises and their hosting or lead countries. 1. Malabar, US, Japan, Australia. B. Ipsamar, Brazil and South Africa. 3. Suryakiran, Nepal. How many of the pairs given above is or are correctly matched? A. Only 1. B. Only 2. C. All 3. D. None. The correct answer is C. The Malabar exercise is a multilateral naval drill of the Quad, India, US, Japan and Australia, focused on interoperability and a free, open Indo-Pacific. Started as India-US in 1992, Japan joined permanently in 2015 and Australia in 2020. Hence, pair 1 is correctly matched. Ipsamar is a series of naval exercises between the navies of India, Brazil and South Africa. The name Ipsamar is an abbreviation of India, Brazil, South Africa Maritime. Hence, pair 2 is correctly matched. Suryakiran is a joint annual military exercise between India and Nepal aimed at enhancing military cooperation in mountainous terrains. Hence, pair 3 is correctly matched. Hence, option C is the correct answer. Question 10. Hubble constant in cosmological studies refers to which one of the following? A. The rate at which the universe is expanding at present. B. The age of the universe since the Big Bang. C. The maximum distance light can travel in 1 year. D. The mass of the observable universe. The correct answer is A. Formulated by Edwin Hubble in 1929, Hubble constant measures the current expansion rate of the universe in kilometers per second per megaparsec, indicating how fast galaxies move apart. H0 helps estimate the universe's size and age. Edwin Hubble observed that farther a galaxy is, the faster it moves away. This is measured using redshift, a shift of light towards the red end of the spectrum, indicating the universe is expanding. Hence, option A is the correct answer. Now, let us look at a practice question. Consider the following types of materials. 1. Silicon. 2. Gallium nitride. 3. Graphene. How many of the above are considered as advanced or next generation semiconductor materials? A. Only 1. B. Only 2. C. All 3. D. None. Please provide your answers in the comment section.
For more informative content, like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.